7.5 uses exactly what we were doing in 7.4, but I'm going to teach you a new button, okay? So I know it's tempting. You want to keep doing the homework, but put your iPads away. I need your undivided attention. Put your iPads away.
You and me both. Okay.
Okay? Take a look at those first 4 problems, for instance, and tell me what you notice that's different about those 4 than what we've been doing in the first ones.
We have 2 sides.
The angle.
You have 2 sides now, and the missing thing is the angle, okay? It's not bad. It is not bad. There is one button that's going to change. Your setup is going to be exactly the same. So it's not a new setup, okay? Let's just make sure we know how to spell SOHCAHTOA. Up at the top of your paper,
S-O-H.
write it out. SOHCAHTOA, okay? S stands for what? Sine. C stands for? Cosine. T stands for? Tangent. Okay, so the sine is opposite over hypotenuse. The cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. The tangent is opposite over adjacent. Nothing new there. Now you're going to set it up in a very similar way, but there's going to be this new button that comes into play. Okay? It's called the inverse of the trig function, the inverse of sine, the inverse of cosine, the inverse of tangent. When you get to like fancier classes, they'll maybe call it the arc sine, the arc cosine, the arc tangent. We're not even going to go there. We're just going to call it the inverse because that's what it is. It's an inverse. The inverse of multiplication is division. The inverse of addition is subtraction, right? So you're kind of undoing the thing you were doing. That's an inverse. So we're going to be taking inverses with sine and cosine and tangent, okay? So here's how this works. If you look at this problem, you always start where? The angle, okay? Now, that happens to be our unknown now, but that's okay. You're going to set it up exactly the same way. From that angle, what do we call this side? That is your opposite. What do we call this side? That is your hypotenuse. Okay, so knowing what we know, which trig function are we using? The sine. Okay, next move. The sine of what?
15 over.
X. It's always the angle that comes after the trig. So this is the sine of x equals 15 over 24.
Are we supposed to make that 5 over 8?
No, you don't need to reduce because it's not your final answer. If it's your final answer, you should reduce it, but this is not our final answer. We're going to try to solve for what is the measure of that angle. Now, here's the thing. We are currently taking the sine of x, right? So pretend for a second that that wasn't its own number by itself right now. If they were separate things, it would be really tempting to divide by sine to get x by itself, right? What you're actually doing there is you're taking the inverse of sine on both sides to get rid of that thing, right? The opposite of taking the sine of something is taking the inverse of that thing. So what you're doing is you're saying x equals, now this has to go out in front, the inverse sine of that ratio. Okay, do you see how to do an inverse sine on your calculator?
Yes.
How?
Second and then sine.
Second. So you're going to type in second sine, and that's going to get you the inverse sine, and then 15 divided by 24, or you can do the fraction key if you like that better. Plug that in, and you get what?
7.
You get what?
38.
Oh, I thought you said 7. 38.7. 38.7 what? Degrees. This is an angle, so degrees. Riley.
So you're multiplying by the inverse?
You're taking the inverse. It's not like you're saying times, like it's not inverse sine times the number, right? You're taking the inverse sine. You're taking the opposite of sine of that ratio.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah.
Is the
Where is the fraction button? I think it's like a A, B, C button. I always just do division. Just do 15 divided by 24 is great. Okay, look at number 2. You start where?
X.
You start at X. From X, which 2 sides do you have? You have a hypotenuse and you have the adjacent side. Remember, the hypotenuse is always across from the right angle. Adjacent is next to the angle, but not the hypotenuse. So your adjacent's 8. If you're doing adjacent and hypotenuse, which trig function? Cosine. Okay, so you are going to say the cosine of what? Of X. The cosine of X equals
8 over 11.
adjacent over hypotenuse. Okay, now we want to isolate X, and the way you can get rid of a cosine is by taking the inverse of cosine. So take the inverse of cosine of 8 over 11. So inverse cosine of 8 over 11 is 43.3. And then I'm super picky on this part. It's not a length, so make sure you make it degrees, okay? Because I want you to understand that it's an angle that you're finding. So put in a degree there. Questions on that? Okay, you do number 6. Solve for X. So this is opposite and adjacent. That didn't work out very well without a pen. So opposite and adjacent means you're using which trig function? Tangent. So the tangent of the angle is opposite over adjacent, which means if I'm getting X by itself, it's because I took the inverse of tangent to get the tangent out of there, right? So take the inverse tan of 7 over 5, plug that in, you get, what was it? I don't have it written down. 54.5 degrees. Cool? That's really the only new thing, okay? Jump down to number 17. Okay, this is not even using the new thing. Oh, let's use the new thing. Jump down to 18. It says Jaden is flying a kite and lets off 275 feet of string. So here's Jaden flying a kite. He lets off 275, that is not 275, feet of string. Okay, there's your kite. It says if the kite is 150 feet above the ground, that's going to be this, right? It's 150 feet above the ground. And assuming the string is straight, what angle does the string make with the ground? Now you have to assume for a second that he's holding the string on the ground. That's kind of, they didn't word that very well. We're looking for this angle, right? The angle the string makes with the ground. Which trig function? You have the opposite and you have the hypotenuse, because this would be your right angle. So we're going to say the sine of X equals what? 150 over 275. Okay, how do you find X? The inverse sine. If you're solving for an angle, it will always be an inverse. Did you hear that? If you're solving for an angle, you must use the inverse. You cannot solve for an angle without the inverse. Inverse sine of 150 over 275. And what do you get? Degrees. X is 33.1 degrees. Questions on that? Okay. If you have questions, I was gonna do more of these, like, just practice ones with you where we mix up it's a side versus it's an angle. But I feel like I would rather you practice it in your homework and ask me individually. So if you have questions, now's a great time. I've got 20 minutes almost. Ask me for help, okay? If you don't have questions, get your homework done. And I don't think I'm gonna take any off because you have lots of time. So